Hey guys, it's another process video for you guys. This one is a Happy New Year, Chinese New Year card that I made earlier this month, or actually end of January. That's when New Year was. So I am using my sister stamps rubber stamp called Firecrackers, and I thought this was very appropriate to celebrate the New Year. And I'm starting off with the face, Copic coloring. I had stamped everything on Nina's Solar White using Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And as usual, I use my skin colors are E000 and E53. So usually where I shade, the darker skin tone is like under the hair, where the bangs are, and around the neck, and sometimes underneath the mouth. And for the hair, I'm using the cool gray colors C3, C5, and C7. So I'm just kind of flicking the markers. It's not too large a space, so I'm just alternating dark to light and then back to dark, and then light back to dark. And then I usually end up just using the darkest to highlight some areas and then going in with the lightest to kind of blend it all in. And I'm trying to see where all the hair in her bun is, so I'm trying to do some shadowing in there as well, highlights. And there you go. And then for him, same thing. I start like at the crown of his head, and then I also do the bangs, and then I just kind of work from there. Let's see. So nothing too exciting. So next I'm looking for colors for their clothes. For the girl, I'm pretty sure I'm going with the reds, and then for the boy, I think I go with the blues. And then also the firecrackers will be red as well. So I use lipstick red. It's RV or R29, and then also R39, I believe, and R24. So I'm just coloring her dress. And I think I was going lightest, well, darker to lighter, yes. And then just trying to blend it together, because one of them is like more orangey red, but that's okay. When you blend it all, it looks okay. And then I R29 to use the firecrackers. That's my go-to red. And then I guess that's the R24. Or is that R20? Well, yeah. Then I'm doing the hair bow. And now I'm looking for more colors. Sorry for the long pauses. So B24. And I don't know. I think I end up using, do I use the chromatics? It's been a while. So B24. And then I'm just shading in the darker areas. And then I do use my chromatics. Or maybe that's the darker area. And there you go. And then I'm doing his shoes with the same colors I use for the hair. And then I use like the yellow for like gold buttons. And then the matchstick. And then just E13. YR23 was the yellow I used. And blush R20, just to give her and him, I think I do it for him, maybe not, a little glow. So my image is finished as far as coloring wise, and I just trim it out because I will be fussy cutting it later. Then I skip to just making the border or the card itself, and I use MFT cardstock in Wild Cherry, so it's an 8.5 cardstock that I cut at 5.5 and then scored at 4.25 to make an A2 size card. And I'm looking through my Cuttlebug embossing folders, and I did have that Asian lantern embossing folder, so I'm trimming this down some more. Now I'm trying to think, did I fussy cut it? Because I'm trimming it down just to see how it looks, I guess. And I'm trying to see how the embossing folder will work with that. I'll probably use a matte, in a different color, and put it behind the image. But you saw how big the image I cut. It was pretty big, so I don't even know if the embossing will show. So that's why I'm thinking I did fussy cut it. So for embossing folder, I chose the pink cardstock. So the sandwich is the A plate and then a B plate, then the folder with the paper inside, and then another B plate. And it turned out really nice. I like how that looks. I should use embossing folders more often. So I'm just trimming it so the mat will fit on the card with a little border of the red sticking out. So I keep kind of trimming. There you go. So you see how it would have taken up a lot of space. So here's a little music and a little fussy cutting for you. And it's not too detailed. So I just kind of go around everything with a white border just so it will give a nicer pop or definition when I place it with the pink background. So there it is, that's finished. And now that looks much better. There's less of the white space and you see more of the embossing folder. And I'm looking through my cardstock. I gotten that, I think it's Tuesday morning. It's DCWV Shimmer cardstock. So I found that gray. It has like a shimmer. It's not really glitter, but it's just a shimmer paper. And it's like a thin piece of cardstock, I think. So I just do like a little mound, like they're standing on something to ground them, to give some dimension. Though you don't even see I don't even know if you'll see the mounds. I'm trying to see which way looks better. Like they're on top of a hill or something like that. So I end up putting it like that. And so I just adhere that down. And you have to be careful. You want to use strong adhesive, especially when you have embossed sheets of cardstock, and to make sure that it adheres down well. And then I'm using my foam tape from Big Lots just to add more dimension to the actual image. And there you go. And then I'm like overdoing it, but yeah, for those other little parts, I want to make sure it gets the dimension so it doesn't warp. So I'm just using some leftover of the pink cardstock. That's where I'm going to have my sentiment. So then I end up trimming that border strip or that pink cardstock just to fit. And that's a small talk sentiment stamp set from my creative time with Emma. And it just says Happy New Year. And I use my VersaFine. And I just adhere that image down. I mean the sentiment down. And that's what the front looks like. And now I'm going to work on, no, I'm adding some bling. So I'm just adding some red bling to the sides because it did look a little plain. So that's how it looks. And for the inside, I'm just doing like a border of firecrackers. And that is from Mary and Me. They have a bunch of Asian stamps that are great. So I just do a border there. And I think that's my card. Hope you guys like the card. I hope I show. Yeah, I just put a little scratch piece of paper. There you go. Thanks for watching.